If you want to make a ridiculous amount of money pressure washing driveways, then this is the video for you. In this one, I'm going to be breaking down the 3 things that you need to know in order to quote the job, do it quickly, and then make a ton of money. So if that sounds good, hit the thumbs up button for me. But we're doing 50% off every tier within Quote Cam right now for the launch. So if you're tired of storing all your job photos and videos on your phone and being unorganized, then this is the app for you. Quote Cam allows you to capture job photos and videos and save them under your business contacts. It makes taking before and after pics super easy, and it allows you to build pre and post inspection forms and export them to the customer in just a matter of minutes. So if you're interested, be sure to check out the first link in the comment section and the description. Or if you want me and Mike's help one-on-one to coach you and help you start or scale your pressure washing business, then check out the second link in the comment section and description and fill out the one-on-one coaching form. One of our students actually recently landed a $10,000 job after his first class. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. So the job that you guys are taking a look at right now was a monster job with regards to all the concrete we cleaned on this one. I'm going to be making a second video on all the reasons why concrete cleaning can actually be a little bit of a nightmare and the things you need to look out for. But on this first one, I just want to focus on all the good aspects. So all we're going to be taking a look at in this first video is this driveway cleaning. Now, if we were to just quote this driveway by itself, it'd be about $125 driveway. And the cool thing was we're actually able to do this driveway in about 10 minutes, which means we're making about $12.50 a minute, which if you multiply that out times 60 minutes, that's like $720 an hour. Even more than that, really. So if you're able to make $720 an hour, you're in a pretty good spot. Now, what makes this driveway so appealing to us is the fact that we're able to do it very quickly and we're able to make a good amount of money in that time period. Now, like I said, in video 2, I'm going to get into the things that can make it a little bit of a nightmare, but we're going to focus on all the good aspects of driveway cleaning in this first video. So if you're able to land small driveways like this, it's going to be perfect for your business. Now, one thing to take into consideration is, coming out to do a job like this for $125, you're going to have to account for things like gasoline, overhead, insurance, workers that are coming with you, chemical that you're going to use on the job. So your job costs can get a little bit more pricey. So when you're at a level that we're at, it kind of makes more sense to have a minimum. So if we were to come out and do a driveway like this, we'd probably have at least a $200 minimum. So just something to keep in mind. The driveway would have still taken 10 minutes, which would have been even better. It would have been about $20 a minute. But when you start pricing your driveways higher and higher and higher, the likelihood of you landing them gets a little bit lower. So first and foremost, the big thing to take into consideration whenever you're pricing these driveways out is the cost associated with doing so. The cost of driving there, the cost of insurance, the cost of chemical, all your overhead costs. And so those things should always be taken into consideration when it comes to you doing your pricing. And that's the exact reason why we have minimums. Now, for this particular job, we did a ton of concrete, and you guys are going to see that in video 2. But like I said, we're just focusing on the driveway now. Now, whenever we get a call for driveway cleanings or concrete cleanings in general, what we do is we measure those out using a tool like Quote measure all the concrete, and typically we'll do a square footage price for that concrete. In this instance, it was about 12 cents a square foot. Typically, we like to stay right around here with regards to residential concrete cleaning. If it comes to commercial concrete cleaning, we'll actually drop lower. We've gone as low as probably about 8 cents, 7 cents on commercial, just because there's a lot more volume and you want to really land those jobs because there's a lot of concrete. So just something to take into consider when you're pricing these jobs. We do them by square foot, makes it super easy to quote them, makes it super easy to get the customer quote very fast, as well as the fact that the price can fluctuate depending upon what the property is that you're cleaning and how much concrete that they have. Because obviously the more concrete they have, the lower we're going to bring the square footage price down, because we're going to give them kind of a bulk discount. So once we've got our pricing all figured out, we've got our minimum pricing, we've got our pricing for the job, then we need to go out and do the job. And this is where I really want to focus on how you guys can get the job done as quickly as possible. And so you can kind of take notes on the things that we're doing to make these jobs go by a lot faster. So first and foremost, we make sure that the homeowner has everything out of the way. This is something that we didn't do on the back patio portion of this, which you guys are going to see in the next video. However, when it comes to driveways, typically it's very easy for them to have everything out of the way, unless we were doing like a garage floor, if we were doing under that overhang that you guys are looking at. It makes it a little bit more difficult, but it's a very important thing to communicate with the customer before the job takes place that, hey, please get everything out of the way that you absolutely can to make our job as easy as possible. In the event that we do have to move a bunch of furniture, we will have an upcharge for that. And that upcharge is mandatory because it does take us more time, more energy, more effort. It puts us at a higher risk of, maybe something getting damaged, something getting misplaced, whatever the case may be. So we need to make sure that we are compensated for the excess risk that we're going to be exposing ourselves to. But first and foremost, making sure that everything out of the way is going to ensure that we're able to do our job as quickly as possible. And as you guys can see on this driveway cleaning, everything was moved out of the way. The next thing is we're going to go ahead and pre-treat this driveway. Now, for whatever reason, we did a really hot mix on this one. I think we did about a 5%, which is like pretty much a roof wash mix on the concrete. And it cleaned it up really nice, really fast. Okay, so the pre-treatment is going to help you get the job done a lot faster because it's going to start working on all those organics immediately. quickly. And so that way, when you pass by with the service cleaner, everything comes up a lot easier. So we want to make sure that we're pre-treating every job so that way we can get it done as quickly as possible. And in the event that it's super bad, we also can post-treat. This will add on a little bit of cost to our bottom line, but at the end of the day, we will make up in time what we lose on the cost of the chemical. So pre-treatment is one of the first and foremost things that we do to optimize for speed. The next thing is having a decent sized surface cleaner. As you guys can see, we got a 20-inch surface cleaner. There's a good rule of thumb with regards to gallons per minute on your machine and how many inches your surface cleaner can be. Basically, for every 1 gallon per minute that your machine puts out, you can have 4 inches of surface cleaner. So if you're going to run a 20-inch, ideally you would have a 5 gallon per minute pressure washer. For us, we have both a 5.5 gallon a minute pressure washer and an 8 gallon a minute pressure washer. And I'll let you guys know that the 8 always does a better job because more water flow equals you're able to move faster, you're able to clean faster. A lot of people think that PSI is the way to go with regards to service cleaning, and that's just not the case. So prioritizing a machine, you want to prioritize GPM over PSI because at the end of the day, that's what's going to help us get the job done as quickly as possible, as well as having a quality surface cleaner, not just going out there with, something that we bought at Lowe's and Home Depot. So equipment is the next important thing. Obviously, the more that you invest in your equipment, the faster you're going to be able to move. I actually met a guy out in Florida who's got lawn mowers that he's hooked up pressure washers to. He says that they run off of, I believe, 10 or 12 gallon per minute pressure washers, and they're able to clean driveways in like half the time that we are with those setups. It's literally so fast. But in order to accommodate, that much water flow, you got to have bigger tanks, you got to have bigger pressure washers. And so the bigger your machines are, obviously the faster you can move, but at a certain point, it becomes a little bit excessive. However, if you're going to be doing some large commercial jobs, I can definitely see how that kind of setup would be very advantageous. So once we have our equipment down, the next thing is just a ball valve rinse. Okay, so ball valve is incredibly important. It allows you to swap from the surface cleaner to rinsing very easily, very quickly. And so highly recommend if you guys don't have a ball valve to get one, because once we were done with all the surface cleaning, immediately swapped over to the ball valve. One thing to keep in mind with regards to doing any type of pressure washing of driveways like this is the drainage. As you guys can see, the drainage on this one is not very good. We still made up for it though. We still found a way to get the water out. Not the best way, and it wasn't the cleanest, but at the end of the day, you have to make do with what you have, right? And so having a tool that can actually displace the water is a good way to go. So that way, in the event that you don't have good drainage, you can still put that water elsewhere. So it's another little piece of equipment that you guys can utilize. We didn't use it on this job at all because it wasn't necessary, but that's pretty much all the pieces. First and foremost, you want to make sure you're quoting properly to cover all of your costs. Then you want to make sure that the homeowner has everything out of the way. You want to pre-treat everything. You want to make sure that you have the proper equipment. And in the event that you need to displace the water and it's not draining properly, you want to have the proper tools for that as well. But if you guys put all these things together and you're able to actually land these jobs, I mean, you can make a ton of money pressure washing driveways. It's easy money, super satisfying, and it's just another way that you can make more money with your pressure washing business. Obviously, there are some higher end services that you can offer: house washes, roof washes. There's some gutter cleaning, window cleaning. There's a lot of other services once you get on the property that you can offer. So having a lower ticket service like driveway cleaning is a good way to get your foot in the door with customers and to leverage other services on their property. So if you guys made this far in the video, comment down below. That was quick, and I'll hashtag you a real one. But my name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed. And until next time, hustle hard and get that money, baby. Peace.